Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Timur and I thought I would make this video to go over my backstory a little bit and my situation, like why do I want to become a streamer? Why do I want to be a YouTuber? Why do I want to make videos, play video games, stream content, make content, as opposed to what I already was doing before. So I'm a senior software developer, I'm a programmer, front-end developer, I'm a JavaScript expert. I've had 5 jobs in the industry. My last job was at Comcast. So I already am a programmer. I'm pretty good at it. So why don't I keep pursuing this? Why don't I try to get a job at Google or something? Why don't I try to use this as a stepping stone, use my Comcast last job to keep going in this industry? And I don't think I'm going to do that. I have no plans on doing that. Right now I'm only focused on content creation, making videos, streaming, and just a drastic shift in careers. So why? What's the reason? Why don't I keep going? There's a safe way and then this other way which isn't safe, streaming, anything could happen sort of thing. So why the drastic shift? Why am I doing this? So if you are a programmer or you know someone who's a programmer or into software development, you'll know that they are always looking for work. Your phone, your emails are always blowing up. People are always giving you job opportunities, new requests, and everything. Looking for work. People are looking for work. There's so much work in this field. But even with that, I still don't want to pursue that. I want to do this streaming, YouTube, making videos and streaming. And even though it's riskier, this is what I want to do. So there are many reasons. There's a lot of reasons why I don't want to program anymore, why I don't want to do software development anymore, and I want to pursue streaming, creating videos, making content, YouTube, Twitch. And the biggest one I would say is that I was losing touch with reality, meaning I was less able to communicate with people. I wasn't able to talk about what I was doing because people didn't really understand what I was doing as a developer. I felt that the deeper and deeper I went into programming and software development, the less I was able to communicate about it, talk to people about it. And some people like this aspect. At first I did like this aspect. Other people don't really understand what you're doing, and I liked that at first, but over time I wasn't able to talk to people about what I was doing. I felt like I had to suck them into my world just to have a simple conversation about what I was doing. I was also on the front end. So there's the front end and then there's the back end. And you could be a front end developer or a back end developer, or you could be a full stack developer, which is both front end and back end. But I was, and I still am, a front-end developer, and what that means basically is that I worked on things that you could see. If I made an app, I could show you, this is my app, look at this, I made this. You could see it. If I worked 8 hours a day at a job, then I created an app, or I worked on an app, I did something, you could see it. It was visible, and I could show people. And that was big for me, that was important to me. And this was an aspect that I really liked. On the back end, it's not really like that. You're working with servers and databases on the back end, and not that many people are going to understand what you're doing other than other people on the back end. Some people on the back end really like this that people don't understand, besides them. So I was on the front end. So even though I could show you a finished project, it wasn't enough for me. It was I had a few people who did understand what I was doing, and what if those people get sick? These few people I could talk to, I have this problem or whatever, I could talk to someone about it. I mean, as you're moving up in the industry, you have mentors and stuff, but at a certain point you're just talking, you're just oh, I had this problem, they have this problem, and what if this person gets sick, then you can't really talk to anyone about it. And I didn't like that, how like I couldn't communicate with people. I felt like I was just getting further into my head instead of becoming better at communicating with people. Okay, so here's another reason. I want to make people laugh. I want to entertain. This is something that I've done it my whole life growing up, like trying to make people laugh, I wouldn't say I was like a class clown in school, but I did like do some things out of the order. Like I tried to make people laugh. I tried to get like the whole class laughing sometimes. And I feel like just working in this industry, it kind of like whittled down my personality. It kind of like, have you ever been like, there was a time I just felt like so depressed. Like I didn't really understand humor. It sounds like really like horrible, but like it's just how I was. Like I worked in the industry on these different jobs, and like nobody's like making jokes or just like we'll like talk. I guess like if I had a friend, I would make jokes with the friends in the industry. But like once I worked at the startup, and my boss was just like making a joke that like made me laugh, and I was just like, what the hell? Like it kind of like fucked with me. I was like, what is going on? Like people do this, and like that sucks. If you ever get to like that depressed where like you just have no sense of humor, like you just don't feel like making jokes. It's like you work in this career and you're not like rewarded for making jokes or like making people laugh or anything. You're rewarded, or like entertaining people, you're rewarded for like doing a good job, or like doing something really good in your job, making something really cool, creating something really cool. And I think that's just important to me, just getting better at communicating and getting better at making people laugh. And this is also something like I wanted to do, and I really haven't done it yet. Even this video, I'm not really making jokes at all. Like I have it written down somewhere, like just make a funny video, and I haven't done that yet. I haven't just made like a funny video. The whole thing is funny, and I feel like just working in a career, just working in this like office, being this drone, working in an office, like kind of ruined my sense of humor a lot, and like just joking. And I want to get better at that. I want to entertain. I want to make jokes more. Like I know in my videos I do like make jokes sometimes. I try to be funny sometimes, but definitely not the focus. So it's something that needs improvement that I want to work on. But yeah, like I want to make people laugh. I want to entertain people. Another thing is I love big events. I don't think this is as big of a deal as the other things I've already talked about, but I love like big events. E3, I care so much about E3 every year, and I've never like made that part of my career or something. Like E3, I felt like every year I would like make a tweet about it or something, and then just like end up deleting it because no one cared. So it'd be cool to like have a community that cares about what I'm talking about. Like the game awards are exciting, tech events are so cool. I actually made like I get so excited about this stuff, and I actually made a 2.5-hour video reacting to the Apple event that just happened. They just had a big Apple event, and I could not upload it. Like I literally just deleted it because like I just reacted to the whole Apple event because I thought I could do that. And this is another thing that I've done in the past. I just thought I could use it, you know, and I couldn't. Like I couldn't even like do it demonetized, you know. I couldn't upload it to YouTube because it says no one will be able to watch this video because like Apple restricted that much that I couldn't even show a second of this 2.5-hour video I did talking about the Apple event, which kind of sucked. Basically about that Apple event, I thought it was horrible, but I said a lot more than that. But yeah, I love these big events, and just like the idea of reacting to stuff. I love just watching these events and like giving my opinions and stuff, and people like watching that content. I like watching that content. So hopefully people will like me doing videos like that about like the Game Awards and like new things coming out, like Nintendo Directs are cool, stuff like that. Another reason is I crave attention. I need to be the focus of the room sometimes. I need to be like the focus of a crowd. If I'm in a crowd and the spotlight is ever on me, if I'm ever like the focus, I'm talking like I'm in a theater or something, but no, I'm like, I don't know if I would do something like that. But anyways, like if I was in a crowd and the focus somehow happened to come on me, I would love that. Like I loved that sort of thing. Another thing is I want to have fun. Like streaming seems like a lot of fun, playing video games. It looks like, as a viewer, it looks like a lot of fun. It looks like a good time. So I've been watching streamers for about 2 years now on Twitch, and I've been watching YouTube for like years, I guess like over 10 years, ever since YouTube became a thing. I've been watching YouTube videos. But streamers, like I've only just like really gotten into Twitch 2 years ago. I guess maybe it was when the pandemic started. And it seems like people are having a lot of fun on Twitch, and I want to be a part of it. You know, I remember when all the big streamers were getting together and playing Rust. I thought it was so cool, and it looked like so much fun, and it was great content, and it introduced me to a lot of people who I still watch today. That's another thing. I am a viewer. I'm a Twitch viewer. I'm like keeping up with Twitch. It's really cool. There's like the big events, like the streamer awards and stuff, and I enjoy it. Like I like it, so I would like to be a part of it too. You know, I would like to be a big streamer. That would be really cool. It seems like a good time. It seems like a lot of fun, and I keep up to date with it. Like I'm watching like every day. I'm usually watching a stream, and a big thing, like the reason why I'm not streaming like all the time, I've heard like, I don't know if this is even true or not, or like why I'm bringing this up, but like a lot of big streamers have been saying like, don't stream if you want to become a big streamer. Like try to grow first. And like my plan right now, what I'm trying to do right now is trying to get like 50 viewers or something like that, and then like once I get like 50 viewers, I'll start streaming and I'll like really get into it. But I don't want to stream if no one's watching. I want to grow. Like my goal right now is to like grow my community and like just like cultivate a community, a good community that I like and I'm proud of. But yeah, I'm a viewer. I'm watching. So like I would be streaming this if like say I was a big streamer, I would be playing games like Kirby. I was planning on playing Kirby. I don't know if I'm going to now. I just want to grow. I want to like get a bunch of viewers, get like a good stream going, and then I'll like start really doing it. But right now what I'm doing is I'm like playing a bunch of games right now. I'm playing Elden Ring. Love Elden Ring. I'm making a review for Elden Ring, by the way. Kirby, I wanted to stream. I don't think I will stream. I don't know yet. But like I'm watching Twitch on one screen. Like I'm just like watching my favorite streamers, and then I'm playing a game on the other screen, and I'm kinda just like getting into playing games. And you know, I would stream. I just want to build an audience, build a community, and then I will be streaming what I'm playing. Another reason is I love video games. I've been a fan of video games my whole life, you know. People say programming is like playing a video game sometimes, but like it's not the same as playing a video game. And that's another thing, I'll get into that. But yeah, I love video games. Super Mario World, I think, was the first game I ever played as a toddler. I just remember that. I'm not like certain that that was the first one, but that was like one of the first games. We had like we had a Super Nintendo and like Super Mario All-Stars plus Super Mario World. So I remember like Super Mario World being my first game I ever played. And I grew up as a Nintendo fan, getting like every Nintendo console. I love Nintendo, but I also got like, I got PlayStation, I got a Xbox 360, you know, like PS3. Like I'm a fan of all of it. I built a PC. I built my first PC when I was like a teenager in high school. And that's like another thing. I'm like big into tech as like a programmer. I had like a job in IT in college. So I've always been like into computers, into like building PCs and stuff, but that was just like the first PC I built in high school. So some of that knowledge like carries over. But yeah, I love video games right now. I love Elden Ring. I'm looking forward to Kirby. And there was like a period of time where I kind of fell off of video games, and that was like when Dark Souls came out. When I was in college, I kind of fell off of video games. That was like the one time I was like more like talking to people, and like I still was playing video games. We still would play video games, but it was more like Smash Bros. Brawl, and like we like I didn't do this, but my friend do this. He like 100%ed Super Mario Sunshine on my Wii. It was like games that were already out. You know, I was not keeping up with new games that were coming out at this time because I was in college. I was just like, you know, I was hanging out with people. We still would play like Mario Kart and stuff, which was awesome. It was so much fun. Like people would come in, we'd play games in the dorm, and yeah, that was a time I did fall off of video games though. I remember like going into a GameStop or something after college, and I was just like, what the hell is all of like, I didn't know like a single thing that was in there. I kind of like missed out on Dark Souls. So yeah, the first Dark Souls game I played was Dark Souls 3. Also the career thing like kind of like pushed me off of video games. I still did play. I still got like a Wii U, and like I still played like a bunch of video games, but yeah, that was a time when I did fall off, and like I just feel like I'll always be catching up from then. Yeah, there's a lot I want to play, a lot I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I love video games. So you might be thinking, you might be asking, right? I'm a developer, I'm a software developer. Why don't I make video games? Why don't I work on video games? Why don't I develop video games? And I've tried this before, and no, I don't want to. First of all, like, there is so much that goes into a game. Like, it is amazing that, I think it was Concerned Ape. This one guy made Stardew Valley, and that's just amazing to me. Like, there is so much that goes into a video game. There's the programming, there's the design, you have to build like character models, animations, you gotta do like the sound design, you gotta do the music design, everything. It's just a lot. It's a lot of work to make your own game. That's a lot. But like, why don't I work at a company? Why don't I work on video games? So did you hear that the creator of Elden Ring is not playing Elden Ring? He's not going to play his own game. It's supposed to be one of the best games ever made, but he's not playing it. And that's something like I kind of related to, because there was a period of time when like I got into it. I like started making games and stuff, and I feel like as a game developer, you're not like a player anymore. You don't feel like a player. You're not like playing video games anymore. And I really felt that when I was like making video games, and I like completely stopped. Like the thing is, you would play other people's games. You would play games, and you would like go into a thought process like, how do I do this? how do I make this better? How do I do something like this? And you keep like thinking like, how do I make my game do something like this, but better, or like something, you know, you're always thinking like, how do I improve my own game, or how do I make a better game? How do I do this? How do I do that? And it takes away from the enjoyment of the game. So like, I didn't enjoy video games anymore once I started making video games. I didn't make like anything that was a big deal. I didn't like publish anything. I was like messing around, like Unity, game engine, a bunch of JavaScript game engines I messed around with. What's the other one? Unreal Development Kit I messed around with. Just like making games, and then it just like polluted my whole thought process when I was playing games. I was like, how do I do this? Like, how, you know, I just like kept thinking about my own games and my own things, and I promise you that is how game developers feel when they're playing games. You know, they're like, how do we do this? How do we do this better? How do we, like, they take the knowledge of another game and they try to put it in their game and stuff like that. And it just takes the enjoyment out of playing video games. I didn't want to play video games anymore. I didn't like it. And I think this is why the creator of Elden Ring feels this way. Like, yeah, he created the best game ever made, but he's not going to enjoy it. You know, he's not going to play it because he's not going to enjoy it, because he made it. Like, he knows all the tricks. He knows what to do at every point. So it's not fun for him. And that's the big thing. Like, I want games to be fun, so I don't even think about making them anymore. I don't want to make video games. I just don't. I feel like it takes the enjoyment out of it. Like, now when I play a game, I'm just like enjoying it. I'm just like, I'm not thinking like, how do I implement this myself? Or like, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? Like, oh, the game developer fucked up when they did that. They should have actually done it this way. You know, like, that's how a game developer is thinking, and I don't want any part of that. I just want to play the game, enjoy the game, have fun with the game, and just see it as like a piece of art, like a movie or a show. Like, yeah, I'll criticize it. I'll say this, that, like, it's horrible, it's this, it's whatever, but like, I would rather be a consumer of video games than a developer. I just don't want to be part of that. So this is another thing, I get really excited for new releases of video games, and this is like another thing that I really like about my favorite streamers and content creators. Like, I get so excited for the new games. It honestly is, it's one of my favorite things that I look forward to in life, honestly, is like, this new game is coming out, and I like don't want it to be spoiled. I don't want it to be this or that. It's definitely like the biggest form of entertainment that I get excited for. Like, I don't get that excited for movies. I don't get that excited for shows. Sure, I do get kind of excited, but like games, it becomes like, holy shit. Like, oh my god, like Elden Ring, I was so excited for. I was not as excited for Elden Ring as I was for Kirby. Kirby was still, like, it was my most anticipated game, but like, after playing Elden Ring, I'm playing Elden Ring right now, and I have like 140 hours in Elden Ring, by the way. Like, kind of getting like burnt out, but I can say, like, I think this is the best game ever made. I think like it's my favorite game. I didn't anticipate that it would become my favorite game. I thought it would be really good. I didn't think it would become my favorite game, but yeah, it's really good. So I love looking forward to games. I love the hype. There was even a time when I loved, like, so this is a thing that like Nintendo ruined, by the way. I loved like watching YouTube videos about like the Zelda timeline. Like, Zelda is my favorite franchise. I love Zelda. I don't know if I've ever even said that on this YouTube channel before. You can see behind me, I have there's 2 Zelda posters. Obviously, I love Zelda. There's a Hyrule Historia back there. There's a Link hat. There's a Zelda hat. Yeah, Zelda's my favorite franchise. I love Zelda. I just loved like that theorizing and stuff. Like, game theory is so cool. Just like looking forward to a game and like seeing these little details and like analyzing it. I love stuff like that. I'll probably make content like that in the future. But with Zelda in particular, you have like the timelines, and it's like, where does this game fit into the timeline? And this is what I'm saying Nintendo ruined. Like Nintendo like released the Hyrule Historia, and they basically said like, this is the timeline. This is the canon timeline. This is what it is. And it's like, okay, now like, what can we theorize about now if you're just gonna like release something like that? But there still is a lot to say, a lot to do with that, and yeah, right. Like, I love stuff like that. I love Zelda. I love new releases and games. All right, so here's another thing. When streamers get together and they're like drinking, they're like doing things, big streamers, there was like this G4 event that was pretty cool. There was shit camp where they all just like got together and drank, and like they're just like drinking, having fun, and like having a good time. And the big thing there is like, it reminds me of college. Like, it just reminds me of college life. And that's huge for, like, college was the best time of my life. I loved college. I don't know if I would recommend going to college, because it's like the biggest, I don't know if I want to say, it's like a scam. Like, you have to pay something for like the rest of your life now, just for like, but it was the best time of my life. Did I learn anything? Probably not. Like, I probably still get all my information from like Google and YouTube, and I'm sure like even if you go to the best college in the world, you're probably still gonna go to YouTube and Google to Wikipedia to get your information and stuff. But that's besides the point. Just like streamers getting together, drinking, having parties, doing like shit camp, it reminds me of college, and I love that. That's another big reason why I want to be a streamer, is like, maybe I could be a part of this college life that seems really cool, and it feels like college life, and college was the best time. So yeah. Alright, so I think that's good for this video. There's a long list. There is a lot of reasons why I want to be a streamer, why I don't want to program anymore. I've thought about like incorporating some programming into videos, but I don't think I even want to do that, like tutorials or something. I don't know. There's a million of those. I mean, there's a million of everything, honestly. But I think that's about it for this video. Maybe I'll talk about this again in the future, but that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.